Brooke, who was 048 on the tree, 696 with a 2. On a 695 dial in, good enough for 33 thou behind. Kenny, moving on. Garrett Browning and Ryan Harum. Browning, left side dialed in at 622. Harum, right side, dialed in at 545.
Wonder what color gray that is. Yeah, yo. Winner left lane, Garrett Browning, 009 and 1 over for the win in the left. Ryan Harum, 24, dead 6, no good in the right. The Opel Manta, right-hand side, David Braskett, 614 in the right. Cameron Fredrickson, 602 in the left. Only one bullet left now. FTI, $50,000 to win tonight through Friday night's race. I haven't heard, so I might be talking out of place, but I do think we're going to race later on tonight yet. We're going to try and finish it, Mr. Brad Miles says. So does that mean we can start at noon tomorrow, Brad? No. Yep, so you got to come back around when we call you. We are trying to run this to completion tonight. We understand you probably got to call the kids and put them in bed at home and things like that yet later on tonight, but... Call Grandma. Oh, it's Tommy. 12 Dow separates them up front. Winner, right lane, 007 and 2 over for the Opel. Picking up the win, David Braskett in the right. Cameron, 19 and 1 thou under. Took 11. Had to take 10 or less. Dylan Mudd, this is his last hoorah in this truck. It was sold today. 640 the dial-in the right. Garrett Griffith, 620 in the left. The good news is the white lettering on the white truck is going to get rectified. I don't know, is that just me? It just bugged me. I had to tell Randy Lynn today. I'm like, who's the marketing guy there? She's like, I did that. Oh, all right.
3 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage, Griffith. Win light, Griffith. 22, dead 5, 7 total. He will take the win as Mudd was 025 on the tree. Breaks out 15 thou. Gets there 17 thou. Needed to tighten her up to about 2 or less. Could have got the win light there. Double G moving on. Jay Adams and David Bird Jones going to be our next pair. Adams left side dialed in at 658, and David Bird Jones over on the right hand side, the Pontiac GXP, dialed in at 488. $13 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Adams. Win light Adams. 002, 1 above 9. Going to take the win as Jones was 015 on the tree, 2 above 2, and 16 thou behind. So Jay Adams in the classic Pontiac. Moving on to round number next. This will be our legal buy run for this round of box door cars. As we are waiting for one of our double entries to get back around. So Matt Brewer over on the left-hand side, dialed in at 586.
Austin and I went out and did those interviews today. It was different kind of day, huh, Austin? I said, you and I went out and did those interviews today. It was kind of different. Yeah. Austin says, do 2 minutes or less, and Randy Lynn did about 28 minutes. He likes to talk. Well, we've known each other a long time, so there was a lot to catch up on. 15 and 17th under for Matt Brewer on the DragRaceSolutions.com. By run.
Next round will be 12.
Then we did Gary and his doggy. So you got to go to race SFG. No, they're not on that one. So they're on our Facebook page, SFG Promotions Facebook page. You can go check out how bad I am at doing interviews. So you have a little ammo against Hank later on, because everybody knows, like, the word's starting to get out now. You don't want to mess up in front of me, because I'm going to let everybody know. I think Jason Folk's afraid to let go of the button anymore, because he knows I'm going to call it. He was driving him out of his mind last night going around, so. Nick Folk got a full-time job at home, a legitimate paycheck as a basketball coach for his son. So he could not come down. Brian, they all got, everybody, see, it is Christmas time, you know what I mean? So if you think about it, I really can't believe, you know, that we can get 400 cars down here like this. So Wright Trailers down here in Florida, you wouldn't think it would be a very smooth transaction from being, 1,300 miles away, but I had purchased a trailer this year from Wright Trailers to support the people that support SFG. My two brothers and I bought a 34-foot triple axle extended. Steve Cohen has hauled some cars in his day, so he knew how to equip it to haul a dragster and a door car. And it's a beautiful item. Jessica down in Florida at the office was great with communication. Steve Cohen was awesome on updates of the build date, completion date, and the transaction couldn't have went smoother. Then again, like I said, they even sent a check back because the license plates were cheaper than what they thought. So I got money back in the mail, didn't even know it. So Wright Trailer, you know, thank you so much, Michael, Scott, for participating with us. And you do have a good bunch of employees working for you. So here are two doubled. Josh Gannett, left lane 602, still doubled. AJ Ash, right lane 572. Final call for all the dragsters, round 5. Am I wrong on that, Austin? Did Josh lose an entry? Okay. Josh has got 1 bullet, AJ's got 2.
Thousandths of a second, separates them up front. Advantage Gant. Win light Ash 011, dead 8, 19 total. Gant had the better 009 reaction time, cannot run the number. Goes 604 with a 3 on the 602 dial in. So AJ Ash by 13 thousandths of a second. Going to keep both of his entries alive as he moves into round number next. Round number 5 dragsters. Trip McCarty and Isaac Harris will be our first pair. McCarty left side dialed in at 474, and Isaac Harris right side dialed in at 456. Second, separates them up front. Advantage Harris. Win light McCarty. 0-12 on the tree. Dead 2. 14 total. Going to take the win is Isaac Harris. Had the better 007 reaction time. 7. Dead 7. 14 total. Add up the numbers. It comes up to .0007 in favor of Trip McCarty. He will take the win. We'll move on to round number next. Leighton Sumter and Kyle Cotrera going to be our next pair. Sumter left side dialed in at 453, and Kyle Cotrera right side dialed in at 458. Advantage on the starting line by 13 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Sumter. Going to take the win as well. 0-15, dead 7, 22 total. Locks out Kyle Cotrera, who is 0-28 on the reaction time. Breaks out, goes 457 with a 1 on a 458 dialed in. Breaks out 9 thou. Gets there 3 thou. Has absolutely nothing to work with down there. Left side winner in that pair. Next pair, McKenna Kitterman and Mike Gentile. Kitterman left side dialed in at 443. Mike Gentile right side dialed in at 498. Kitterman's going to be the winner. It's Mike Gentile turns it 007 red. Kitterman 031 on the green side, 444 with a 1 on a 443 dial in. It's Mike Gentile at insult to injury. Goes down there and goes dead 0 after the 007 red light. Ricky Boggs and Justin Fordyce next pair. Boggs left side dialed in at 484. Justin Fordyce right side dialed in at 470.
We never like to see that. Justin Fordyce getting shut off for some leaky fluid in the right lane. Ricky Boggs in the left. 005 red. 1 thou under. Taking the win. The drag. It's not a DragRaceSolutions.com, Byron, but I'm going to say it because that was a competition break. Thank you, Stanley. So that is our ultimate goal this evening, is to try and run this race to completion. And you can see the crew down there. We're working as hard as we can. Daryl, Josh, Lee, KJ in the staging lanes. We're trying to push the cars through as fast as we can. James, you and I, we can't speed the process up, really. We don't help a whole lot.
No, we can talk about it, though, so.
Well, I can talk.
Now, entire personnel here all weekend have been doing just a fantastic job getting everything cleaned up at a minimal amount of time and all that sort of stuff, so.
James.
What we got?
James, you know it's Friday, right? And it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And this is the first you bring this up?
This is FTI Friday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
So, James, tell me about the FTI trackside service.
Well, Troy and Gary Williams have put together an FTI on-site business. So any of our torque converters that we sell for the drag racing market, any of our power glides, I believe maybe a couple of turbo 400s, but not too many of those. It's not really as popular of an item, but mainly the power glides that a lot of door cars and dragsters utilize here this weekend. Troy and Gary's goal is to have all that stuff available to purchase at their trailer. Troy is working on having his own warehouse down here in this area. They are constantly building on their inventory as far as getting all of their product lines built up, so that whenever they do travel all over the country, they have all of their stuff available to them. And if there's any transmission rebuilds or torque converter refreshes that our customers need to get done, Troy can handle most of those from on the road, as far as wherever anybody from any of the other races that are outside of this area can get their stuff delivered by Troy to the
track
FTI facility, and the shop can get everything rebuilt, redone, and then whenever Troy goes back out on the road, he can get all that stuff sent back out and back to the customers.
Well, that's a huge expense, the shipping, to and from, getting things recertified, cases and stuff. So that should prosper quite well.
Yeah, so they are just getting their business started this past year, so they've got a little bit of growing to do, and I know they're working on, like I said, getting all their inventory and whatnot built up, so only a matter of time for all that stuff becomes a reality. I know he's already got quite a bit of inventory built up now as it is.
I have seen in the past at events that they have made repairs on site at track. They've fixed broken transmissions at the track. Is that something they're going to be offering also still? Or?
I believe that's going to be something that will be happening in the future. It's not something that they are currently set up for as of yet, but I do know that they have all the capabilities to do it. It's just getting the proper personnel that know how to do all that stuff to travel with the team and all that. So
What do you do at FTI?
I'm one of the salesmen up front, so whenever anybody calls the FTI group at 386-736-5816,
Oh, nice plug.
one of us, there's 4 or 5 salesmen up front. I am one of them, so there's a 1/5 chance that whenever somebody answers, it'll be me that answers the phone. So
We'll know right away, just by the volume.
You'll know
of the
right away,
hello.
that's for sure.
The volume of the hello, we will know it's you or not.
That's a fact.
If somebody picks it up and goes, hello, thanks for calling FTI, not James.
Probably not me.
But if you get it and it blows your ear out, you got 1 out of 5 shot. You're flying hot.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
There is a chance.
I'm just going to call and blow one of those air horns in. You better tell your 4 coworkers that it's coming. Hank's calling FTI.
I guess it's a good thing we have caller ID. Yep, Hank Mulligan's on the phone. Oh, boy.
Yeah, click. I get that a lot of places. That's all good. But that's good that, you know, they're in the sport and they're, you know, connected to it and they participate in it and they've won everything. Yet they're still working and hustling and, you know, and supporting FTI on the road. That's a good idea. Looks like we're getting close. Couple of hiccups tonight.
All minor in comparison to yesterday and the past couple of days, though. So far. We'll knock on the countertop here for knock on wood.
So our fuel tech brethren, Andre Nunez, I know he has family here, recently got married, has a baby on the way, but he is under the weather at home. I hope you're watching online, Andre, and we sure hope you get better soon and get back out here with us. Again, SFG will be here in March, which is nice. I'm coming back. I hope I get to come back. Can't hit Kyle Riley. So, yeah. We got JT out there, and he says we're ready to go. So we're going back racing. We are in round number 5. And I believe it's dragsters we're racing. Round number 6, red run sticker door cars to lanes 1 and 2. AJ Asher, the DragRaceSolutions.com, wait and see by. On your X entry. So AJ Ash, your X entry will run last. Your other one being your double needs to run up front, sir. We appreciate it. Door cars, round 6 to lanes 1 and 2, please. Nobody naps in there.
Brandon Jones and Derek Hubbard, our next pair. Jones, left side dialed in at 514. And Derek Hubbard, right side dialed in at 442.
No. It's cooling.
Because the other night, he was at 53 getting shut off, and that was on a couple of
It's never shut off. That air conditioner turns on, it's on. Oh. There's no way those two could be doing anything in there as cold as it is. Maybe they can cuddle.
Advantage off the starting line, going to go to Derek Hubbard, right side. Going to turn that to a win as well. 025, 443 with a 7 on the 442 dial in. Jones was 034 on the tree, breaks out by 2 thousandths of a second. Gets there at 10 thousandths of a second, needed to take 8 or less, and that would have gotten him the win light. So Derek Hubbard moving on. Terrell Sinkler and Travis Laster Jr. our next pair. Sinkler left side dialed in at 513. And Travis Laster, that Pro Charge machine over on the right hand side, 409. Gonna be the dial in for Travis Laster Jr. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Sinkler. Win light Sinkler 019 on the tree, 514 with a 4 on the 513 dial in. You will take the win as Laster was 029 on the tree, 2 above and 16 thou behind Terrell Sinkler. Moving on to round number 6. Carson Brown and Mark Kelly our next pair. Brown left side dialed in at 463. And Mark Kelly, right side, dialed in at 469. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Kelly. Win light Kelly. How about 4 total for Mark Kelly? 004 dead 0. Locks out Carson Brown, who was 017 on the tree. Shuts it off. Goes 65 with a 2 on the 63 dial in by 35 thousandths. Mark Kelly moving on. McKenna Brown and Larry Hamby our next pair. Brown left side dialed in at 459, and Larry Hamby right side dialed in at 488. 7 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Larry Hamby, and going to go to the win as well. 489 with a 3 on the 488 dial in after an 012 reaction time. McKenna Brown was 019 on the tree, goes 1 above 5 and 9 thou behind. Larry Hamby going into round number 6. Next pair, BT, Brandon Taylor. Left side this round. Must have got bumped over there as we're down to single file for quite a few of these lanes now. Left side dialed in at 453. And Travis Laster over on the right hand side dialed in at 432. 2 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Taylor. Win light Taylor. 15 dead 4, 19 total. Going to take the win is Travis Lasher with 17 on the tree, 1 above 0. Good enough for 8, thou behind. BT moving on. David Bird Jones and Stephen McCrory next pair. Jones left side dialed in at 450. McCrory right side dialed in at 448. Three thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage McCrory. Win light McCrory. 15 dead 1, 16 total. Locks out David Jones, who was 018 on the tree, dead 0, and 2 thou behind. David McCrory moving on to round number 6. This will be our final dragster for round number 5. Nick Ferraro, left side dialed in at 493. Ferraro, 019 on the tree, taking it to the 330 and shutting it down.
It's a Maryland lap.
Maryland Laster, we need you up in the lanes, please. Maryland Laster, you are our missing door car. We need you to the lanes, please.
James. Jags. Jags.
Round number 6. And it opens up with a dandy. Tim Butler, our no box winner, and AJ Ash. Butler left side dialed in at 606. And AJ Ash right side dialed in at 572. .31 thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage Ash. Win light Ash. 008. 1 above 9. Gonna take the win as Butler was 039 on the tree. Goes dead on with a 2. 41 total and 14 thou behind. AJ Ash carrying one of his entries into round number 7. And onto the ladder as well. Kenny Underwood and Jared Nauman, our next pair. Underwood left side dialed in at 598, and Jared Nauman right side dialed in at 556.
You ever played a quiet game as a kid?
Actually, yes, I have.
Thank you very much. Yep. Thanks, everybody. Hank's under the weather, by the way, today, so. One foul separates from up front. That is close. Winner, Jarrett Nauman. Fast car wins. 13 and 1 over for the win in the right. Kenny Underwood in the left, 14 and 6 out under. Took 24. I'm going to say he got dumped at 121 mile an hour, so he got some help with that. Garrett Browning in the left, 622 the dial in. David Braskett, Marengo, Ohio, 74 Opel Menta. 615 the dial on the right.
Your nose is stuffed up.
Oh, no.
So the Manta gave up the ghost, it looks like, Hank.
By JT's expression, it looks like he gave up some fluid, too. JT says, we're out of towels. We're out of oil dry. It's all right, JT. Waffle House don't close, buddy. We're going to get there. Dice dropped on the floor. Scattered. It was awful, as advertised. It's probably why I'm deathly ill. I only ate 2 bites. 2 bites of the omelet. Since I had COVID.
We've got our center line figured out on our engine and ground height. That's when we start making our motor mounts.
Santa has a new sleigh this year. Trusted by all since 1960. What you want, when you want it, at a price you want to pay.
Jags.
Search no more for loose sockets. Hanson Global, the innovator of the #1 requested socket organizer since 1995, is here to help. Socket sizes clearly marked on posts for instant identification to save you time and money. These 100% made in the USA organizers are perfect for both professionals and DIY mechanics. Contact Hanson Global by calling toll-free at 1-877-793-5213 for your local distributor.
AJ Ash, if you are not on your way back to the staging lanes, we will take you in the lanes, please. AJ Ash, we need you back in the lanes, please.
Oh, Mark Kelly, I have good news for you. Mark Kelly, you are the DragRaceSolutions.com potential wait and see buy run. Yay, Emily's jumping up and down now. So, dragsters, all colors, back to the lanes, please. 3 and 4, dragsters to 3 and 4, please.
Garrett Griffith and Tucker Creech are our next pair. Griffith left side dialed in at 620, and Tucker Creech right side dialed in at 593. One thousandth of a second separates them up front. Advantage Creech. Win light Griffith. 022, dead 325 total. Gonna take the win is Tucker Creech was 021 on the tree, 594 with a 7. On the 593 dialed in, good enough for 13 foul behind. Garrett Griffith moving on. Jay Adams and Marilyn Laster, our next pair. Adams left side dialed in at 659. And Marilyn Laster, right side dialed in at 571. Advantage on the starting line, going to go to Laster right side. Going to turn that into a win as well. 15, 4 above 2. Getting there for foul. Last pair of door cards for this round. Matt Brewer and AJ Ash. Brewer left side dialed in at 584. Ash right side dialed in at 572. Matt Brewer going to be the winner as Ash turns at 009 red. So Brewer 009 green and 585 with a 7 on the 584 dial in. AJ Ash shutting it down 808. Still carrying one entry into round number 7.
Trusted by all since 1960.
Jags.
But the question here is, will you lose or gain?
So if you're in a dragster for round number 5, we would take you in the lanes at this time, please. We are waiting on a few of you. So if you are in a dragster and you are still in for round number 5 or 6 or whatever round this is,
We're missing 2 dragsters. Come on. We need you back, please. 2 dragster drivers we're missing.
missing 1 dragster, missing 1 dragster. Down to 11 dragsters in this round number 6. I think it's round 6. Check it out, MotorManiaTV.com. MotorMania says it's round number 6, so we'll go with that. First pair of dragsters for round 6, Ricky Boggs and Tripman McCarty. Boggs over on the left-hand side dialed in at 484, and Trip McCarty over on the right-hand side dialed in at 477. Boggs wasted no time, immediately goes into stage. Here we go. 0.06 of a second separates them up front. Advantage Boggs. Win line McCarty. How about 15 dead 0? Gonna go down to round 7. 15 total. Boggs was 009 on the tree, 1 above 7. Good enough for 11, foul behind. Tripman McCarty. Moving on to round 7. McKenna Kitterman and champ Steve McCrory. Kitterman left side dialed in at 444. And Steve McCrory right side dialed in at 448. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage McCrory. Win light McCrory. How about 8 dead 6 for 14 total? As McKenna Kitterman was 011 on the tree, 1 above 8. Good enough for 15 foul behind. Right side moving on. Leighton Sumter and Derek Hubbard our next pair. Sumter left side dialed in at 453. Derek Hubbard, right side, dialed in at 443. Advantage on the starting line. Going to go to Hubbard right side. Going to turn that into a win as well. 017, 1 above 4. Going to take the win as Sumter was 030 on the tree, dead on with a 9, and good enough for 8 foul behind. Derek Hubbard moving on. Terrell Sinkler and Nick Ferraro our next pair. Sinkler left side dialed in at 514. Nick Ferraro right side dialed in at 471. Sinkler going to be the winner as Ferraro turns the 011 red. Sinkler 13 green, shutting it down early. Saving it for next round. Nick Ferraro doing the same, saving it for tomorrow. Next pair brings us BT, Brandon Taylor, and Larry Hamby. Taylor left side dialed in at 453. And Larry Hamby right side dialed in at 489. BT going to be the winner and Hamby turns it 024 red. Hamby running it out. BT shutting it down early. Legal buy run for this round of dragsters. The dragracesolutions.com buy run. Going to be Mark Kelly just going to take the beams and back off.
Trusted by all since 1960.
Jags.
We're going to do the best that we can to talk a little bit less and less on the mic. Maybe Hank Mulligan will just take my microphone away from me. Hank says it's not it's not going to help. Hank is suggesting that I just open a window and just start speaking out of the window from the tower. Won't even have to yell. So whenever we do call door cars and dragsters back, we will be putting you on a ladder, just like we did for the race that we wrapped up this morning. Even though it is after 11 p.m., our goal is to run to completion. So I'll be calling you back to the lanes here in just a couple of moments. And when we do, we will be putting you on a ladder. Door cars we need you to lane number 4. And dragsters, we will take you in lane number 6 at this time. You will be on a ladder. Once again, this is your first, second, and final call, because we're going to prevent talking on the PA a whole lot. Door cars, we will take you in lane number 4 at this time. And dragsters, we will take you in lane number 6 at this time for pairings, as we will be laddering you up. Going back to racing here in just a couple of minutes, as soon as we get our ladders taken care of. Racers, cool them, fuel them. We need you to the lanes, please. Door cars 4, dragsters 6.
until the end of time. Even if the sky was falling down, even if my heart breaks, I just wanna lay your body down, hold you close until the end of time. Even if the sky was falling down, even if my heart breaks, my heart breaks. It's the sign of the times, bitter taste of your lies. No one got what they came for. So you think you can cheat? Give us all we can eat, without something to live for. Want to be part of something. I am afraid of losing my mind. Headlights are blinding me, I can't find nothing to care about, no one to dream about. 'Generations of hate, sick and tired of waiting.
Door car round number 7. First pair, Matt Brewer and Marilyn Laster. Brewer left side dialed in at 585. Marilyn Laster right side dialed in at 571. Advantage on the starting line by 22 thousandths of a second. Going to go to Laster. Win light going to go to Laster. 021, 3 above 0. Going to take the win as Brewer was 043 on the tree, 588 with a 4 on a 585 dial in. Good enough for 26 thou behind. Marilyn Laster down to round 8. Garrett Griffith and AJ Ash. Griffith left side dialed in at 620, and AJ Ash over on the right hand side dialed in at 572. Fifteen thousandths of a second separates them up front, and one of them was 015. Down to the stripe. How about AJ Ash? 000, dead 3 total for AJ Ash. Locks out Garrett Griffith, who was 015 on the reaction time. Dead 4, 19 total, and 16 thou behind at the finish line. AJ Ash Down to round number next. Garrett Browning and Jared Nauman going to be our next pair. Browning left side dialed in at 622. Nauman right side dialed in at 557. There we go. Browning is in. And Nauman is in. Browning going to go to round number next. And Nauman turns at 016 on the red side. Browning having some issues down there. It looked like he was getting awful close to that center line. I don't think he crossed over, but Browning going to be the winner. 634 with a 7 on the 622 dial in. Nauman, after the red light, 558 with a 1 on a 557 dial in. Watching the video on Motor Mania TV just to confirm. Browning a little close to the center line, but nowhere near crossing, so run is deemed good. So Browning down to round number 8. Round number 7, dragsters. Trip McCarty and Derek Hubbard going to be our next pair. McCarty left side dialed in at 474. And Derek Hubbard over on the right hand side dialed in at 444. Derek Hubbard on round number 8. McCarty was 014 on the red side. Hubbard 447 with a 4 on a 444 dial in. McCarty after the red light, shutting it down early. He is done for the evening. So Derek Hubbard moving on. This ought to be a good matchup. Brandon Taylor, BT left side, dialed in at 453. And Stephen McCrory over on the right-hand side, dialed in at 448. Thousandths of a second separates the left front. Advantage McCrory. Win light McCrory. 9 total for Stephen McCrory. Locks out Brandon Taylor, who was 024 on the reaction time. So Taylor 455 with a 1 on the 453. McCrory 003 dead 9. And he will go down to the semis. Terrell Sinkler and Mark Kelly going to be our next pair. Terrell Sinkler and Mark Kelly going to be our next pair. 512 going to be the dial in for Sinclair, left-hand side. And Mark Kelly, right-hand side, dialed in at 469. Thousandths of a second separates them up front. Advantage to Sinclair, advantage to Kelly. One light to Kelly. 5 dead, 3, 8 total. For Mark Kelly, it's Terrell Sinclair, 023 on the reaction time, and breaks out. So Mark Kelly moving on.
Jags.
Search no more for loose sockets. Hansen Global, the innovator of the #1 requested socket organizer since 1995, is here to help. Socket sizes clearly marked on posts for instant identification to save you time and money. These 100% made in the USA organizers are perfect for both professionals and DIY mechanics. Contact Hansen Global by calling toll-free at 1-877-793-5213 for your local distributor.
With customer service and technical support second to none, FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
Trusted by all since 1960.
Jags.
Okay, round 8, you're being called back to the lanes. Door cars, lanes 4, dragsters, lane 6. That's round 8 door cars back to lanes 4. Round 8 dragsters, lane 6. Marilyn Laster, we need you to the staging lanes immediately. If not sooner, Marilyn Laster to the staging lanes immediately.
I know it will keep coming back to you, and all the things you've done for me and you. Oh, I wanna get a lifetime of this, but I hope it won't take too long to confess to ourselves. I keep calling, but you won't seem to listen. I keep walking, but I can see you following. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You wouldn't hold me back if you could. We've had ourselves to blame for our love. Oh, I try to hold you close, but you
3 door cars remain.
I need to find a way out from this hell by myself. I keep calling.
Garrett Browning, left side. 622 the dial. AJ Ash, right side, dial 572. Garrett Brown, 1 red. Followed by AJ Ash, 2 red. Garrett runs it through. Doesn't matter. First red, not going on. AJ Ash coming back to face off against. AJ Ash coming back to face off against Marilyn Laster. Marilyn going to take her by run. In one lane. Marilyn's going to take her by run in the right lane. She dials up 574. Maryland 008 on the hit. 12th out under. Maryland will have lane choice coming back to face AJ in the door car final. Dragster's coming out now. Looks like Stephen McCrory in the right lane, dialed 448. Mark Kelly left side, dialed 469. Stephen McCrory, 1 thou red. Yes, Mark Kelly does get the bounty, the K&R Performance Engineering bounty. As Champ bows out, 1 red. Derek Hubbard. I think he's going to make a full pull. Dials 450.